I took your man, ho. Move wrong, then, bitch, I'm on your ass, ho. Dark with me, fork with me, bitch, get the cash, ho. I know I took your man, ho. I know you fun, cause I done swipe that shit. I know I took your man, ho. Move wrong, then, bitch, I'm on your ass, ho. Dark with me, fork with me, bitch, get the cash, ho. I know I took your man, ho.
All right, this is I don't know. I guess you'd say it was a special edition of a long-running, very sporadic show I do called Simp TV. And yeah, we're gonna talk about Derrick today. Dirty Dick Derrick. Okay, that's what I've dubbed him. Dirty Dick Derrick. Hashtag Dirty Dick Derrick. Can't say that enough and whatnot. Especially considering all the bullshit he spouted over the years, to make his dollar. He didn't believe none of that shit, okay? He didn't believe a goddamn thing he said. He's a fucking hypocrite, but we know he's still gonna make the bag at some point and shit. And if all else fails, this motherfucker can just get on OnlyFans and, show his business to these misandrous black women that support him and shit. It's delusional women and shit. And, maybe it's not fair of us to call them delusional when it comes to Derrick Jackson and whatnot, because they know exactly what they're getting and shit. They can see it right in front of their fucking eyes. You got a Class A simp, and he is truly a fucking simp. Everything he says has no validity and shit. I mean, seriously. He's a panderer. He's a fucking bootleg, basically. A simp. Alright? A fucking simp, man. For all his preaching and bullshit. He did everything that no young black king should do, in a fucked up relationship. Okay? He was in a fucked up relationship with his wife or whatnot. He said they were high school sweethearts and shit. She was probably the first woman he ever slept with. I don't know what his story is. I'm not going to waste my time looking up his life story and shit. I'm just going to shoot from the hip and shit. He was with this woman, kind of glommed onto him at an early age, or maybe he glommed onto her. Maybe he wasn't always like, a big fit guy or whatever. Maybe he wasn't like truly like that, and she was the one with the, that he kind of liked because she had a nice curvy body and she was pretty. Yeah, I'm making a mistake. She was pretty. And he got with her, and maybe she was in the church. Maybe she was in the church and he went into the church because he wanted that pussy. Alright, some guys do stupid shit like that, They don't realize there's more women on the planet than men. And that's the true statistic. There are more women on the planet than men. And you do well to remember that, young kings and shit, okay? Alright? Since there's less of us than it is of them, statistically speaking, you are the prize. Alright? You're the prize. And I'm not saying this is some kind of rhetoric, or I'm not trying to come off like some kind of coach or anything. I respect you too much to do that. I just want you to get more bang for your buck, live your life to the fullest. Just remember that what the other side of the gender offers is a lower brain function. And that's all they bring, that's all they offer and shit. They don't offer anything else. They can't even love you. They can't raise your children and whatnot. They can't comfort you in a time of need and shit. You don't show weakness to your enemy. Don't show your soft underbelly to your enemy. This dude did just that, okay? By running around dirty, with a dirty dick. Yeah, running around having affairs and shit. I believe that, absolute power corrupts absolutely and shit. And he solidified his female audience and shit. And also, it gave him access to a plethora of women, from diverse women. I bet this dude has been with all kind of women and shit. Even big fat ones and shit. Just living it up, with this little harem thing and shit. I don't say it like he's some kind of a pig or something, or, some kind of whoremonger or shit, even though he is a whoremonger. Most definitely he's a whoremonger. But he's an idiot. When I saw the latest clips, that Tasha K got these exclusive clips of him fucking up his marriage. When I saw that, I knew he wasn't shit. I knew mentally he was a child. He was a child, man. He's out in public with a sneaky link and shit. You think how stupid that is? She knows she's a side piece and whatnot. Why would you go out in public with a sneaky link and shit? This is a man with a net worth supposedly of $2 million. So he's a millionaire, a bare minimum millionaire, with a wife and children and shit. And he has everything to fucking lose in a divorce court, but he's out at some kind of what looks like I don't know, a karaoke bar or something. He's out there singing. Ironically, he's singing a song, an Outkast song. He shit. She lives in my lap. I'm just laughing at that shit. Okay. Look, when the female knows she a sneaky link, she can't make no demands on you. Only thing she can do is say no. And all he had to do was go meet her somewhere and bang her out, and then go home to his wife with his dirty ass dick and shit after washing his shit in the dirty sink. That's why I say that. You know, when you out there riding, I bet he hit the shit raw. When you out there riding dirty and shit like that, man, you putting your wife in danger. You know, her health, her mental stability, as we've seen, you know, due to her cursing the internet. He's doing all this shit. And now look at the picture. When he announced his divorce, he put a picture of her, him holding her up in the air. And, you know, when I looked at the picture, I felt bad. I felt bad for both of them and shit. Because he wasn't able to communicate with his wife. He didn't tell his wife what he needed from her, obviously sexually. You know, she probably just starfished there. She probably just laid down missionary. She's probably one of these, sex is just for procreation. It's just not for enjoyment type females, maybe. You know, I'm getting that vibe. And maybe after the first time, you know, he cheated, maybe she tried some shit with him, but it just didn't work, and he just couldn't cotton to it. He couldn't give up, you know, his fan base. He had to go out there and, you know, put his hand in the cookie jar and get it snapped off the fucking scent, man. You do not, a sneaky link, a side piece cannot make demands of you, okay? They can only say no. So you can tell that bitch we meeting at a motel, and, you know, you're going to leave your cell phone at the front desk of that hotel, and you're going to have to put your cell phone in the safety deposit box, and then I'm going to come up and hit your cash app, and I'm going to clap your fucking cheeks, and I'm going to leave, and you can, you know, you can spend the rest of the day here and check out and get your phone back and everything, and, you know, it's all good. You know, make the sign that non-disclosure. He wasn't that smart. He just was sliding in and out some pussy. It wasn't even no good-looking women. It was like trashy women and shit that he slept with. Both of them, the ones that we saw, they were the same, like a slim thick with a BBL, like a shitty BBL, you know, the apparent BBL. And he's out in public fucking around. I know he could hear those women laughing at him. You know, they were filming him through the window of wherever the fuck that was. Like, is it record studio or something? I don't know where he was. I think it was in Miami or something. But he shamed his family. He destroyed his family, man. He had children, man. If they didn't have children, I'd probably feel differently about it. That he was just an idiot. But he destroyed his fucking family. He drug his wife's reputation through the mud. She was already looked like an idiot, you know, for sitting up there with him looking like a bum, you know, with the skull cap, all that shit. I feel like he made her do that. You know? I feel like he made her do that. She didn't make him do that. She looked like trash. She looked like she had been through hell and back. And I'm pretty sure she tried to, you know, satisfy him in some way, but I don't think she could sexually satisfy him. He wouldn't have been out doing shit like that. He was going to the, you know, he was going banging these disgusting 304s because he couldn't get, you know, what he wanted from her. You know, to be quite honest, he couldn't get what he wanted from her. He probably couldn't ask her that, especially after he got caught, you know, with a dirty dick, you know. So what's he gonna do and shit? And then, you know, if I was him, I wouldn't even have posted that. He should have posted a picture of the family together and shit. I know it's shitty to say that, but when he posted a picture of holding up his wife, you saw how thick and well built his wife was, and she's not unattractive and shit. And I'm like, hey man, you know, she's gonna go through 5 stages of grief, and one of those stages is anger and shit. And she might get out here and get dirty too and shit. You never know. She might lose her faith. You know, that's really shitty. You might cause her to lose her faith, and then she gonna be out here. She might run through a couple of dudes herself. You know, some guys there looking at it. That's why I posted when I made the video about his monkey ass before. I posted that little teaser at the end and shit. I posted that for a reason. I wanted to see if somebody would admonish me or call me some kind of pervert or something for posting that picture. But really, you know, I just wanted to show that, like, look what he's throwing away. You know, he got a fake, skinny ass, cat ass bitch with some balloons shoved up in her back of her ass. Two of them, two dirty bitches, prostitutes, and then he got this at home, and he can't just sit down and talk to his wife before he fucked up. If he really believed in this religion and all that bullshit, he would be able to sit down, take his wife's hand, look in the eye, and talk to her like a human being, especially if they were supposedly high school sweethearts.